We are now going inside a port for shelter. Due to the stormy conditions, 40 knot winds, we are heading into the port. You can see landfall, and let's see how we landed up in this situation.
We started this run in the Malacca Strait and it was already pretty busy. Traffic everywhere, no real gaps, and this is one stretch where you really don't get to relax. You are constantly watching movements all around you. From there, we had to pass Singapore and then start heading up towards Shanghai. At night, it's a different picture. Everything turns into lights and you're just reading patterns. But the bigger thing was ahead. The weather around Shanghai had already started picking up. Nothing had reached us yet, but you could see where it was going. So once we cleared this stretch, we pushed up full speed, trying to stay ahead of it.
Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Life at Sea season number 5, all the way from the Indian Ocean. The sea right now looks like a mirror. That's because we are in a place where the northern trade winds and the southern trade winds collide and cancel each other out. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see this wind indicator? It's just 3 knot winds. Absolutely nothing. And you see my GPS position. We are in the intertropical convergence zone, also called ITCZ. So that's why, yeah, a beautiful sight outside my office. So anyway, the present voyage is to Singapore. The last 2 days are remaining, and then we have got a 5-day voyage all the way up to Shanghai and a port called Yanshan. So we're going to cover that. The traffic has started because we are going to be exiting the Indian Ocean tonight. So that's the weather chart. We are just south of Bay of Bengal. Tonight we're going to enter this area, which is the turn inside towards Malacca Strait. So we're going to Singapore. And in the last voyage, you saw we covered a distance of almost 10,000 nautical miles from Algeciras all the way, crossing the Cape of Good Hope, Indian Ocean, and then going to Singapore. So in this journey, we are going to start from Singapore and go all the way here. Now this is South China Sea, East China Sea, and you can already see 2 storms are building up. Let me simulate it. So they're going to disappear before we enter this area and the Taiwan Strait. But the situation is that there is something which is developing in the northern part, and this is where we have to go. Let's see how the journey unfolds. For now, the major obstacle is the Malacca Strait, then the Singapore Strait. So one day at a time. We have now exited the Indian Ocean, and you can see in front of me a big patch of cloud burst, that is rain. You can see on the radar as well. We're going to overtake this ship, and as you see, or perhaps as you don't see, the ship in front of me which we have to overtake, do let me know in the comment section which rule will apply. And also, if you haven't seen the previous video, do watch that, because I explained the cold regs, the collision regulations, which is our Bible as navigator. Anyhow, we just overtook another vessel previously. I wanted to show you the low clouds which have formed over the horizon. These are cumulus clouds, and that is the ship we overtook, another bulk carrier. So you can see dark clouds in scattered portions. Oh wow, that looks actually like a movie scene or animated movie. Busy days have finally started. It is the day of Malacca Strait crossing. We've got multiple ships, as you see, transiting along with us, and these clouds are still looking like an animation movie. And yeah, if you see in front of me, you can see a lot of ships in front of us transiting the Malacca Strait, one Fathom Bank. So I'll explain to you what's happening with the help of the maps, so you don't feel left out. Anyway, let's go there. So right now we are just at the entrance, the mouth of the One Fathom Bank. So after this area, all the shallow patches start. So if I zoom out, you'll see what I'm talking about. Before this, we had still open waters to maneuver. After we enter this point, it gets all congested, shallow areas, wrecks in between, lot of vessels coming in, coming out, but it is all regulated by various sectors. So you see sector 2, then there is sector 3. For now, if you see my radar screen, we are just doing 12 knots because our ETA changed last night. So we had to reduce all the way to 50 RPM to maintain 12 knots to adjust for the ETA of the pilot. So you know what I've realized is whenever we transit this area, the most important point is that you have your engines under your control, because there are so many ships and everything gets so narrow, especially at this area when we have to pass between these two buoys. So these are cardinal marks. The down arrow signifies south, the two arrows up signifies north. So we have to stay in between and then go inside. So it's called One Fathom because everything over here in between starts getting shallow. So as a second mate, when I prepared the passage plan, I had to refer to this particular book, which is Passage Plan Guide for Straits of Malacca and Singapore Strait. So I'm going to keep it back here in case any navigator wants to double verify something. So we are now eastbound. So this will be the sector which we have to follow. Now there's a beautiful map given here for the eastbound. This is where we are exactly at the moment. So this, you see the dark blue and the light blue, that is for vessels which drafts are greater than 15 meter. So ours is greater than 15 meter. That's why we are taking this route and passing in between these two buoys. For lighter drafts, they can use this particular route, the northern area. So the One Fathom Bank got its name from this particular patch, which is all shallow. You see it's quite tough to navigate here because when you're coming out, there are ships together and you cannot enter this side because of the drafts. Anyway, so many other things you can see. You can pause the video right now and read through it. Also, as a good second mate, I have marked all the no-go areas, as you can see with the orange marks. So by default, when you see it, you see, oh, no go, and you don't enter that. That is what a good passage plan looks like. So since we are going to enter the first sector, which is 66, I'm going to change my VHF channel to that for the reporting and monitor it and be standby at all times till we exit it and enter sector 2, which is channel 88. That might be after the end of my watch. Okay, Ivan, also you will have to come to the bridge in another 10 minutes. This is eastbound vessel Edith Mersk entering sector 1. Over. So guys, just passed that section of between two buoys. So that was the north cardinal, that was the south cardinal, and so far so good. The weather is also a bit decent, not the best, but I'm enjoying the blue shades light blue, dark blue, then the sky is dark blue, light blue in between. Incredible. Same thing forward. So 11:40 in the night, it's the same night, and tomorrow morning 6:30 is our pilot. So I came down to have my breakfast, which is standard oats and whey protein and stuff. But from tonight we start our 6 on 6 off. So yeah, we all curse it, but at ports this starts happening. Time for the night watch. Let's go. Fishing vessels. The strait. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 11:55 a.m. in the morning. We are just getting alongside. As you see, I'm going forward because it's 12 o'clock and the third officer needs to be replaced since he is also doing 6 on 6 off. So I'm on my way forward. Got multiple ships in front. Let's see what our berthing position is and how the moorings go today. Well, it looks like we'll be going port side alongside. That's why the spring lines are ready. So guys, we are almost alongside now in position. We had to wait for the previous ship to clear. Now it's done. We are preparing our spring lines, which will be sent first, and then we go over here. Forward 6 and 2 tight. Chief, tug gone forward.
Tug gone forward, thank you. Maybe una movie this time. I did it. We got yeah, person sticky. Down.
If you remember the last episode, we covered a 10,000 mile journey all the way from Spain to this particular port, and now we have to refuel. So this is our bunker barge, fellowship, and we are taking in bunkers around 2,100 tons. That's what I remember. That's what the chief engineer was saying. So you can see the bunker pipe, just like filling a car. There's a pipe hose which goes into the tank. Similarly, this is the bunker manifold, goes all the way into our ship's manifold. So bunkering operations going on, and along with that, the port is quite a big port, as you see, and there's another bunkering operation going on this ship. So yeah, and that is Mr. Negi, our electrical cadet, doing all the operations. So Negi, how was your long voyage of 10,000 miles?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, now you're feeling good in Singapore?
Yeah, very good. I am seeing lots of ships here.
Okay, good. And bunkering also going on, huh? Good. Guys, that is the bunker manifold which I was showing you going into the ship. So we're loading fuel for our next voyage to China. Small barge, but it will serve the purpose. Yeah, Negi? Refueling. Negi, अभी तो आए हो तो अभी कहाँ? Guys, back to night watch. Just preparing the passage for the next port. Like I was showing you in the morning, the bunkering was happening. It was because we are going to Shanghai next, around 2,100 nautical miles. It is 12:52 a.m. in the morning. Cargo operations going on. So let's prepare the next passage, and we are going into the fishing season zone now. So guys, that will be the next route, all the way from Singapore to Shanghai, Yanshan Island. Anyway, you'll see that. So I was just trying to simulate the route, and I saw that there is bad weather which we'll face one day, and then once we reach up here, there is a low pressure forming. Let's see if it does not turn into a storm, because there's already one storm which is called Nakri, which is ongoing. So let's see how our voyage goes. I'm trying to get the weather information services to help us with the route if there are any amendments required, and then the captain will make the final decision. So anyway, route is done. I'm just uploading it now. We're just checking all the reportings, and I think should be okay. So let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially done with the cargo operations. You can see the cranes have been secured, the gantry cranes, only one last crane working. I'm going to prepare the bridge now for departure to Shanghai. There are actually two cranes working. I wanted to show you the last operations being done. The rest are all boomed up, as you see. 1, 2, 3. This is the last one. I had come here to put my GoPro for night lapse, so you have a visual of how we exit this area and all the stuff which is out there. So let's go and prepare the bridge now for final departure. So today, after a very long time, I'll be doing the bridge preparation, because usually the previous captain used to do it. Now the duty officer is doing it. So that's okay. It's good, nothing special, and I've of course shown you in one of the episodes, which was for 38 minutes, the departure checks. So check that out. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Pilot on the rope ladder.
Thank you, the rope ladder.
Pilot away.
Pilot away.
gentlemen, it's the next morning and we had a hectic night. We are doing 6 on 6 off still. Had to pass a lot of ships in the Singapore Strait. Right now we have exited, but still we've got a lot of things which are coming from the north, from China going to Europe or perhaps Singapore. You can see on my radar screen, this is 12 nautical mile range scale. So these are the multiple ships we are at the moment passing. All clear. Luckily no fishing boats so far. And guys, as you see, we are doing 21 knots over water, around 20.8 over ground. That's because we have to reach Shanghai before bad weather comes in. Let me show you the weather forecast and the route overview. So the main Shanghai port is here, but big vessels come to this island for discharging and loading the cargo. Now why we have to go so fast? Keep an eye on this particular area and things developing here. I'm going to simulate it now. So you'll see it turn dark red. Now this dark red signifies that the winds are going to pick up to 40 knots, 50 knots, and we have to make it before it starts coming more south and intensifies. So that's why we have to go really fast. Just overtaking another bulk carrier, as you see right here. This area is usually very hectic with oncoming traffic and then going in traffic, because all of us who are going to China have to go through the same area. The guys coming into Singapore have to also come in from the same direction, not from the same direction but in the opposite direction, same area. So you'll see a lot of things like this here. 3, 4, 5 ships going like this, 4 ships coming down like this. So you have to apply with all the rules and regulations of cold regs. So it's quite a task, but we do it, and this is where practice and good navigation skills come in handy. Have a look at this. That's the bulk carrier's main deck. On that you can see tractors, trucks, tanks, containers, many other things, and it is fully loaded. You can see the freeboard is quite less. So this is how trade works, guys. Whatever remaining draft is available is also loaded fully, and of course the stability is very critical, but that's how bulk carriers also operate. But this is like the first time I'm seeing things which are on top of the deck apart from the cargo which is loaded inside. So new learning, new knowledge. Always do let me know in the comment section that did you learn something new today. Okay guys, just finished my watch, came to the stationery locker because we received some new orders. So I have to take the inventory and see whatever I had ordered is come in good order, and I'll put it back in the designated positions. Guys, lovely food today, and I think we've got some cake also. I'm just waiting for that. Oh, beautiful cake. Thanks, John. Just came after having that cake. It was so good, especially after this coasting. Some good food refreshes you. And then I came on watch to relieve the chief officer and saw this visual. Have a look at this. It is so pretty. It is like a movie scene. And I put a GoPro on there, so hopefully we capture a good time lapse. Day 2 of the voyage. Traffic has reduced significantly. You can see only some oncoming ships. Fishing boats are now not out there. Outside it has become quite rainy. These are the 2 ships which are coming down. Number 1, number 2. Visibility is very nice. So tomorrow and day after we're going to start the Taiwan Strait. It's going to get really hectic with fishing vessels because the season is on. So let's see how we tackle that. We're still doing 80 RPMs, going absolutely full ahead, doing 22 knots. That's crazy. I've never seen this ship going more than 21, and today we are doing 22. It's because of the currents which are pushing us from behind. And let's go outside and see how the temperature is. You can see all the rainy clouds. Oh wow, such a nice view. Yeah, temperature is still quite hot, 29, 30. So yeah, had occasional rain showers in the morning. So everything looks nice and clean. The windows are clean, most importantly. So if you remember in the morning I was showing you that the Shanghai port has bad weather coming in. That's why we ordered some weather services, and it is showing us exactly day by day how the condition looks. So far there is no issue which is in our route, so we will maintain this course and speed. Let's see in the further days what happens. Why I'm saying this is because if you see anything which is highlighted in red or yellow should have been marked here, but there is nothing, so our voyage will have no obstacles. Have a look guys, like I was talking about the rain showers, they just started again because you can see lot of black clouds in front of us. So occasional rain showers. On the S band it doesn't show, but on the X band you will see it. This is some knowledge sharing for you all. This is how rain clouds look in the X band radar. So it's all on our front and starboard side. Ladies and gentlemen, day 3 into the voyage, we received an email from the Shanghai terminal that if we are not able to make it to the pilot station at a particular time, then we will have to go outside and wait for 2-3 days because of the bad weather I was talking about. Now today the weather has deteriorated. You can see winds from the east, 20-21 knots, it's increasing. We've got fishing traffic starting. So you see these are all fishing nets. This might be the fishing boat and it's put as nets all across, similarly here and here. So it is starting. Taiwan Strait would be tomorrow. We still have open ocean, so we can maneuver easily, but in those straits it is quite a challenge to navigate. I'll show you why. But we cannot go more fast. We are already doing 22-21 knots. Engine is almost 85 rpm or 82 rpm, as you can see. So there are a lot of limitations like this, so the captain has to take a decision, which he is, and I'll update you more when I also get to know what's the upcoming thing. You know, while I was working I realized how dynamic shipping is. I mean, one unforeseen rough weather can delay 50-60 ships, the whole terminal operations, the logistics, the supply chain, and it goes to show that nature cannot be messed around with. But it shows how one small event can trigger a series of events. Like the containers have to reach the terminal at a timely manner because money is involved. Then the ship has to reach safely with all crew on board safe, and the container safe, and the environment safe. So much pressure is there on the entire vessel, the crew ashore, the operators. It is truly something which you can fathom only when you're on board, when you see all the operations being conducted. It makes me feel lucky that I am witnessing all of this in this lifetime, and also making you realize that the TV or the mobile phone you're watching this on has been carried through a ship all the way to your destination, your home, by seafarers and all the operators, the logistic team, the supply chain team. So really you should appreciate that. That's the meal for today. Got pasta, tandoori chicken, chicken tikka kind of thing, vegetables. Man, there is no chance I can lose weight here. It is so good. The cook is so good. You saw it in that episode. Oof. Time for testing this, guys. Super excited. Guys, what to even say? The food is so fantabulous. The dessert was called panna cotta. I asked John, the second cook. So good, man. And then I came here to relieve chief officer and saw this beautiful visual along with the gyro repeater. what more can a person ask from life? You know, good food, good work, good view, except for the family part, rest everything the sea is giving me this time. Really blessed, really happy. Touch wood. Yeah, the sea life, I love it, man. I love it. Right now, we have entered the Taiwan Strait. This is a wind farm area. You cannot see anything because visibility is like 8 to 9 miles. So yeah, if it clears up, I'll show you the wind farms. So I had to do special reporting for it. I reported to them on the VHF. We have another 24 hours to go till we reach the port. Let's see how the weather condition is, how the traffic is. We are still doing 21 knots. So we can make the ET, but depends on the traffic which will be there after we exit the Taiwan Strait. Also, this is a TSS with virtual AIS. So you will not see any buoys physically present, but it is just for the reference for the VAIS, that is the separation zone. So we will follow this direction of the traffic flow. The oncoming ships going south will follow this. So that is a TSS. And rule number, you guys tell me in the comment section which will apply. At the moment, exactly geographically, we are here. We crossed the Taiwan shallow area. This was the shallow area. This is the wind farm TSS, sorry, from which right now we are passing. And tomorrow evening, the berthing is confirmed for 1800. Let's see how the weather is. Right now in Taiwan, there is heavy weather, but our concern is here. When this thing comes and touches the port, so that will be tomorrow afternoon, picks up, evening it gets worse, and then it intensifies further. You see the redness as turning into blackness, so it's intensified even further. My god, that doesn't look good at all. Okay, so yeah, if we don't make it, we will have to stay outside for 2-3 days minimum. I want to show you how LNG tankers look. You can see the 4 domes it has. A lot of money in this for seafarers as well, especially officers and engineers. Big salary difference between container ships and gas tankers, especially LNG tankers. So those who are aspiring can also aspire for these kind of tankers if they are looking for more money. And you know what's the fact of the matter? It is that these vessels are one of the most safest ships to be on, because it's such a dangerous cargo and highly volatile. There are 2-3 folds of safety measures put on these ships. So just in case you were curious about the safety aspect. And as far as I know, tonight will be a hectic watch. You can see our friends already have started. There are my friends. So yeah, tonight's gonna be a busy one. the arrival day. Last night was quite busy. I hope you saw it in the night lapse. I tried to capture it. We had stopped here for doing some checks which are before arrival, mandatory in Shanghai. Now we are entering the channel, which is the Malaysian Gang channel. Lot of reportings here. Set my VHFs accordingly. Lot of paperwork you'll see on that desk because these are the requirements for China. All done. And now let's see how it goes. Lot of drifting vessels you can see outside. There's a tanker here drifting. Another container coming out. So let's see how it goes. So guys, we have almost made it into the channel. You can see that the channel area is clear. Rest, these are all fishing nets. I mean, there are no boats. Boats are hiding, but it's all fishing nets. Also, we can see small islands coming up in front of us. There it is. And mostly fishing boats take shelter during the storm conditions. But right now they've left. But they've left their fishing markers here. So yeah, why I'm saying this, because you see the boats look like this. Fishing markers are just AIS markers. If I switch AIS off, you will see what I'm talking about. You see there are no targets here, just markers. So that's a feature of this radar. You can switch off the AIS in one click. Also at the moment I'm just adjusting the telegraph RPMs because required speed is 9.6 knots. We are doing 9.9 and you see the difference between the speed through water and speed over ground. That's because of the currents. At the moment I'm trying to maintain the course, but the winds are so strong that we have a drift of almost 20 degrees. So we are heading like this, but in reality moving across more than 20 degrees in that direction. So that's how navigation gets tricky during these areas. Back on watch to relieve the chief officer for half an hour, and traffic wise nothing much. Our pilot is delayed by 15 more minutes. Wind has surprisingly dropped down, so that's good for us because we have to go inside and get alongside. So the moorings will be a bit easier, otherwise yeah, that was a task. Anyhow, sunset has already happened. Let's see if I can keep a night lapse and show you all the berthing. have officially made it to Shanghai. Cargo operations have started and everything went well. We could make it in time, but tomorrow evening it's gonna get really bad in terms of the wind speed. But I want to show you that they are trying to make it fast, the cargo operations, by using 2 spreaders at a time. So some of them are doing twin lifts. That's a first. Otherwise, all good. I have to start preparing for the next port, which is day after tomorrow. So it's just back to back. Let's see how that goes. But for now, hope you all enjoyed the video. Yeah.